actually makes learning easier and better when you go back again.
I think
There's
I
like
need
all sorts
today,
of.
man, because I'm yeah, I just went a little too hard this weekend. Like I went on a late evening bike ride. I rode like way too much. Like I rode 30 miles and I got back at like 9.
Turn your vocal mic up a bit, please, sir.
I'm not talking into it. That's probably why I hear.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
30 miles.
30 miles, got back at like 9, and then yeah, I'm really tired. I'm probably gonna cancel the podcast today and sleep. So yeah, I was crying when I got up this morning.
I know that feeling. I find it refreshing to take a break from playing, period. Just to get away from everything.
I'm typically doing something drum related every day, and I normally take Sundays off, but Sunday night I'm still with the practice pad trying to prepare for Chops and Coffee. And last night it crossed my mind, and I'm like, I was so tired. I was just like, I can't. I'm not going.
Oh no. When I'm talking about getting away, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 days. Don't touch it.
The only time I really do that is when I go on a full-on vacation, and like that vacation from everything. I'm like, I don't like if we go, once a year, typically we go on a real vacation, and that's when I'm like, I don't touch drumsticks for 2 weeks or whatever, or a week.
Yep.
Yeah. So
see, I take it a step further. I go camping, so I turn off everything, electronics. I get away from it all. No
I didn't
phones.
know you like to go camping, Nat. That's cool.
Yeah.
The phones stay. We go camp. We set up by the river, so at night all you hear is the river and the wall. I mean, dude, you talk about peaceful.
Oh yeah.
From it, 2, 3, 4 days of that, and then come back to the city. It's like, okay, I'm ready to hit it now.
Yeah, especially down here where you're surrounded by people just constantly. You got to get out into nature by yourself just to reset your clock. I do. Otherwise, I go freaking crazy.
Tell me about it.
That's me.
Wild when you're out in this place with no technology and no internet service or anything, and you got to think of things to do.
Oh no. I take magazines, I read, I go for a walk.
I like to explore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now don't get me wrong. I still have my phones and stuff in case somebody needs me. But as far as me being on it, like Darnell and all that stuff, it's just like, I put it down. I'm like, okay.
For me, the hardest thing is I'll always have a camera with me. So it's not to turn a pleasure hike into halfway up. It's a photo shoot for one of my sites. You know what I mean? It's like, how the hell did this happen? Be like, you guys just sit down to play the drums for fun, and halfway through it turns into practice, right? And it's like, what the hell am I doing to myself? So.
Yeah, for me, that's when I'm really like feeling relaxed, is when I got my camera, and it's because I'm not a professional photographer, so when I do that, it's like, oh man, I feel like I'm just loving it.
Yep.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, what does everybody do about holding their tripod still? And do I have it positioned too close to me maybe? And is that why it keeps pushing away? I've got spikes into a carpet. I've tried a few different blocks, but it just seems to want to keep like pushing backwards.
I decided to not use my camera anymore, just because it's just easier to set up my computer. So my computer's my music stand.
I'm such a dumbass. I said tripod because my head's on photography. I meant my hi-hat stand. That's it's Monday morning.
Welcome to Monday.
See, I'm bilingual. I'm bilingual. I think in I think in one thing and speak in another.
That's
Sorry
funny,
about
Jay,
that. Yeah, my hi-hat is always walking away from me, and I can't figure out why.
I was like, why the hell are you asking us, man? You're the camera guy.
Exactly.
I was literally thinking, like, what the hell are you asking me for, man?
Damn, it is Monday morning for sure.
Put Velcro on the bottom of your hi-hat stand.
Yeah, that's a good one, especially if it has a foot, like a tray on the bottom.
Yeah, I've got either rubberized feet or spikes. I can flip it between the both. And I'm on carpet over concrete. I got like one of those roll-up drum rugs, you know?
Yeah.
Gibraltar has Velcro on the bottom of their hi-hat stands. It sucks when you're trying to place it because you have to hold the carpet down and pull it up and set it down. But once you get it in place, it's not going anywhere.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, my hi-hat stand is from the 90s, so it's maybe time to replace it.
Yeah, it's not scooting.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think maybe it might be positioned too. Like if your leg is at an angle, you're gonna start pushing it away. But if your leg is in the right position, it won't move because you're pushing straight down. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
It's different for your kick drum, but for your
you're also a punk rock kind of guy. Sometimes I kind of like having to adjust stuff. I don't like stuff being too. As I play, I like having to kind of readjust stuff. That's kind of a punk rock kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh well, then I'm not alone. That's good to know because I spend 20% of my practice time feeling like I'm moving stuff around after I play it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it to impair your drumming.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
No, when I'm playing, I don't want nothing moving. It stays put because it's a hassle trying to perform and always adjust stuff. That's just oh no, that takes me out of my playing zone. Like I get pissed.
Yeah, it can get frustrating. It kind of puts me more into the zone a little bit. Not insane. Like having a bass drum go away from me. No.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's happened before too.
You see,
I put Velcro on the bottom of my bass drum pedal.
Yeah, I've got a kick block for that, and that works really super well.
What's that company that makes those like spike things that go on your kick drum spurs? They're like the square.
Oh yeah, the squares. Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but they always have those commercials where you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and there's the kick drum slides all the way out, like to the edge of the stage.
One of the last times I joined in with you guys, I was at my buddy's place in Puerto Rico, and he has a Roland electric kit on a tile floor.
Oh, great!
We were jamming, and like in the middle of a jam, I had to like move the seat. I'm like trying to catch up to the drums as they're moving across the room.
Oh man! So how is Puerto Rico doing right now? Is it like everything back and running with electricity and all that?
Yeah, I mean, he's like in San Juan, not downtown, but like in the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think he's had electricity for a while. It still seems like they're dealing with like effects from the hurricanes 3 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, they still are.
And they had earthquakes and then the pandemic, so they've been one thing after another. But they seem to, it's tropical paradise. So on that note, everybody's like seemingly in a pretty good mood most of the time.
I love Puerto Rico, man. Best food in the world, man.
Yeah, it was great. I have a friend down there who was a bass player in a band I used to go see all the time, and now he owns a restaurant in San Juan. I hung with him.
Cool.
My grandpa was from San Juan, and
oh, neat.
And so I've been a bunch of times, but man, beautiful. It's beautiful out there, but I haven't been in years, and I was like wondering about, like, it's like we don't hear about anything here, so.
Yeah, it's like, it's interesting to go there. That was only the second time I've been. And the last time was a few months before all the hurricanes.
Yeah.
So it was a different picture, but no, I like going there. It was an easy direct flight from here. Like a 4-hour flight, and it was pretty cheap, and visit some friends, go to the beach, get a sunburn.
Yeah. Very nice, man. Very nice. All right, guys, you ready to get started? Let's get it. Thank you guys for showing up today. It motivated me to show up. That's all I kept thinking about this morning. I got into a conversation yesterday with a guy that was like talking about showing up and what it means for me as a drummer. And he's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. He's trying to motivate his son to be more of a serious musician. And so, yeah, it was really funny. But like thinking about that this morning, I was just like, dude, this is what it means. This is what it means. I'm tired, but this is what it means. So, all right. So I have, I thought we could just do one of our usuals this morning. So singles, doubles, paradiddles, kick in between. I have pads on. So, but you know, like singles, right kick, left kick, right kick, left kick, right. That's 16 notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and then doubles, right. So not, but more right kick, left kick, left kick, right kick, left kick, left kick, right. 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a and then paradiddles. All right, now if that isn't hard enough for you, then you can change that to triplets and play diddles on your foot. All right, and then if that's too hard for you, you can do eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so I'm gonna do 16th notes and get it started. I need this one. I've heard this one. So 16 notes at 80. Is everyone cool with that? Like,
Come on, man, 180.
Like I said, if this is too fast, then try eighth notes. Like,
yeah, I'm awake.
And 3 and 4 and go eat your cupcakes, Nat. All right, here we go. Let me get it. Where's my iPad? It must be over there. How am I gonna do this? All right, I need my timer. Let's just do it for a while. 1, 2, ready. Sorry, one measure each. Singles, doubles, paradiddles. Couple more. One more. Whew. Dig it. All right, here we go. I went like really fast. Hold on. Oops. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. go 2 more. Ah. Screwed up the end there. Oh boy. Ah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Couple more. Last one. Woo.
Esther.
Yeah, we could get that. Come on, let's start this Monday off right. Here, hold on. Let me get some coffee. Ooh. 1, 2. Oh, hold on. We got a guy coming in. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready. Go. Ah. Last couple. Oh my gosh. I talk and it goes away. Last one. Gosh. As soon as I talk, man, my mind goes away. What's up, Sal? Welcome. I think we got one more. I think we could do. No? Man,
Yes.
really hard.
One more. One more.
We're doing singles, doubles, paradiddles with a kick in between each stroke.
Got it.
All right, cool.
This is one of the hardest things for me to do.
Yeah? That's
Yeah.
good. That's
You
good.
know how you see the guys doing the singles between their right hand and that. I
Yeah.
work on that, but it's just like it does not.
I was saying that on Friday. Like I want that fill so bad, and it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. I've
Yes.
sat there and just practiced doing this around the toms for 30 minutes, and after about 10 seconds, I'm like both together.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, man. I've tried. Like so, but yeah. This is a good one. All right. 145. That's where we're at. I think we can do it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Hey. Oh my gosh. Last one. Man, that's pretty fast, man. 16 notes.
That's at my threshold right there.
Me too. Me too.
I was starting with my left foot, and that was probably the hardest.
Oh my gosh. Jason's probably, you're doing it with your left foot too, right? That's 145 is pretty good, man. That's pretty fast. 16 notes. Now let's try it as 30-second notes. 150. Just kidding.
I'm done. See you later. Bye.
I like changing those, trying to change those to 16-note triplets. So, something like that. Just singles, though. That's cool if you change it in the middle of it, though. Anyways, change it to like doubles in the middle or something. That'll throw people off. I like those.
Does anybody know Arik and Prada?
Who?
Arik and Prada?
No.
No, look him up. He's probably one of the best that I've seen do this.
Cool. I gotta check that out. Because it's such a cool, man, when people throw that into like solos or fills or whatever, man, it's so great. It's like,
yeah,
I've seen Vinny do it. And I was talking Friday, this is one of Tosh the drummer's warm-ups. He'll keep like quarter notes on his hi-hat while he's doing that. And I think he's doing 30-second notes. Last time I saw him do it. And then he keeps the hi-hat on the eighth, like on the offbeats, and then does the same thing. But he does it one-handed, like each hand, you know, something like that. So I like throwing those in though, because that's something that I'm working on, and I don't know if you guys, you know, like Nat mentioned that he likes doing those too. So I'm trying to do some kick drum variations, you know. All right, so next I have what did I have? I think I have Nat's warm up. Is everyone cool with Nat's warm up? We haven't done that one in a while. Cool. All right. Right. This one is just hands, but if you want to do your, you know, as I always say, do your ostinato with these. You're welcome to do whatever you'd like, whatever ostinato you would like. Oh man, my brain is not comprehending this, even though it's like an eighth note thing. All right, so we're gonna do each exercise. So just keep in mind the accents: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's the same for 3 measures, and then it's on the hands, and of a 1 and of 3. Then it does it again, 3 measures: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 4, and then it ends on 3. Then we repeat this and do it left-handed. All right. Then we move down to flams instead of accents. Quote Mike Dawson: "Trust the sticking. It's So, and it's always going to sound the same. Okay, and then, so that's flams. Then we repeat with the left-handed flams. So we just switch the sticking to the opposite hand for when we repeat. Going down, diddles instead of flams. So all right, and then same pattern though, except at the end it does a different pattern right here.
I got another addition to this.
Uh-oh. Well, we haven't written it. What is your addition?
Combine the last two, the flams and the diddles.
That's a fun one.
Flams and the diddles.
Yeah.
Combine the last one. So, okay, I'll have to work on that and write it out. I definitely can't do it today. I'm not on a tired as I am. All right. So, anyways, then we're keeping these straight. We're playing diddles in between. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. The last one be the diddle. If you go back up to the flam one.
Yes.
Put the diddle with the flam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Who's
drum?
Who? How many people in here are drum corps, like marching band, marching guys?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be me. I was never once a single day in drum corps, so that kind of stuff seems so impossible in my mind. But this stuff seemed impossible in my mind until I wrote it out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." So.
Well, Todd Zuckerman does that lick, that blah 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 blah. It's in his video. It's one of the licks he uses on one of the songs with Styx.
Okay, hold on. So, okay, like you're doing a right-handed flam.
Yeah.
So right-handed flam, then you're diddling on your left?
No. Right-handed flam, diddle on the right hand on the flam.
Then how would you do that right-handed flam right after it?
It would be like this.
Right.
So hold on. This right here, this would be a left-handed diddle. This and of two. I mean, and of one.
No, he's saying diddle the flam as well. Diddle the accent of the flam.
Can you hear me?
Like.
Yeah.
Like that?
That's it.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Not fully understanding it. I understand the concept, but I'm not fully understanding how I'd write it. So you'd draw the line between here, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the line would be.
Oh, I like that too. Okay. Well, I might add that for Wednesday. All right. Yeah. Anybody else as confused as I am? I love
Try
it.
that. It adds a little bit of spice to a fill too when you use that at the top of a fill.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
Once you get comfortable with it, it's one of the things that I use probably most often. It's a fun lick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool. That sounds oh, okay. You're combining these two. You're combining these two. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes a minute. Once it sinks in, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
that's dope. That's dope. That's the same way I felt about this stuff, where I was like, come on, Nat. But then I'm like, oh, that's dope though.
So
all right. So then what about doing it to this one though? Or wait, what am I saying?
That's what it is.
No, sorry, not that one. This one. Flam and then diddling, like, so you're flamming these notes, but then you're diddling all these. Well, is that a possibility? Flam?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What did I just get myself into? Hi, Justin, show us how it's done here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because you're playing 3 left hands in a row.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So let me see. That's why I was getting confused, because I was like, wait, you're flamming this, but you're supposed to diddle this. So
Yeah. Sorry, I meant the one in front of it.
so
Yeah.
Ah.
I forgot that one was separate.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, wrap your mind around that on a Monday morning.
Oh my goodness. That will
My
be
mind
fun.
is twisted.
That's something I will definitely need to work on. So the other one is a possibility for me. Diddling the other notes, but or diddling the
the flams.
Yeah.
Now take that and take your right hand and play it from a tom. Going from the first hit. The first hit is on the tom, and the second part of but do it where you do the initial flam with your right hand on the tom, and then do the diddle on the snare.
Like, wait, what am I doing here? So it turns into like kind of like a Swiss triplet pattern?
Almost.
A flam tap pattern? Flam tap pattern.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh God. No, then because if you do this one, then it turns into like a flam accent pattern.
Almost, yeah.
But it's not triplet form.
No.
God. This is too deep for Monday, all right?
Hey.
Everybody else.
Between me and Justin, we'll scramble your brain.
I like it. I definitely like it, but it's it's
yeah, it is a bit early to do for a Monday morning. So let's go back to the initial.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody knows. Everybody have this warm up dialed. Everybody understand what's going on here and can do it. This one, the first one's pretty easy. We can do this one kind of. And 4. Yeah, 110 is good. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Left. All right. Left-handed flam. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to move it up. We can't do it continuous. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, diddles. Left. surprised I could get through that this morning. All right, let's do it again. I want to go a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Left. Ah. Ah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Ah. Oh my gosh, sorry. 1, 2, here I go. All right. How's everybody feeling with that? Jason, this would be a great one. This flam part is a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. My goodness. Taking this last couple weeks, I've been like looking at I know this is pretty basic, but I've been looking at Justin's warm up here and doing a lot of cool little chop stuff with it. So I came up with like 3 here. Let me pull it up. I was using number 11 here. Let me pull it up. Oh, I wrote something. There it is. All right, hold on. Where's my zoom? So this is based off of your exercises, Justin. So I've been taking number 9 and building some fills out of that, like chops out of that. So like it's gonna sound weird with not my real drums with pads, but and I would love to hear some of your guys' ideas on this. So like one was let me go over here. There we go. Like rack, so kick, rack, kick, kick, rack, kick, kick, rack, kick, snare, floor. And I'm doing it twice since this is in 2/4. I'm doing it twice if we're gonna do a 4/4 drum fill. So. Oops. That kind of goes along with we were doing it reverse before with our first warm up, but still, you're still doing that kick in between note combo thing. I found with this exercise that if you keep the sticking consistent, like if you were just doing a single stroke roll and you're playing, you're going to play your, you know, what hands you're going to play your, or what notes you're going to play your left hand on, you stay with that. Or what hands you're going to play your right hand on, you stay with that. So even if you're replacing with a kick, if we put a snare here, this would be our right and this would be our left. So I'm trying to stay consistent with that. So these will both be lefts and then right, left, right, left. Like this one, this would be left, right. Okay. So, anyways, back to number 9. So this was 1. That was 1. You can obviously 30-second note that. Oh boy. So that's cool. The other one was putting the hi-hat in it. Same idea. So just keeping it on the snare. What was my other one? I think it was floor. Oh no, it was, what did I do? What is it? Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. I did 2 different ones. So that snare one that I just did was basic drum fills, I know, but they become cool. Like every one of these is a cool lick, you know, and it's, even though there's 16 notes, you can start building some cool ideas out of just a, you know, a basic kick drum variation, linear fill, you know. Tripleting them. How can I triplet them? I can't think that way in this morning. All right. Anyways, and then the last one was going from the floor to the rack to the snare, or reversing it. So my point is taking them, trying to build some ideas, some chop ideas out of this, and then running with it. Then taking it and running with it and like changing the notation, doing it as triplets, doing it as 30-second notes. Then doing what we were just doing, putting a flam like on the E of 1, or putting like a diddle, like diddling these last 4 notes. You know, whatever, like doing like this is 5 notes. But some of these other ones, like I think Jeffrey was taking some of these ones with like this one with 6 notes, not this one, this one with 6 notes, and playing like a paradiddle diddle here. And like tripleting them, or like, and when you start orchestrating these on the drums, they start becoming like, that's how chops, this is what chops are made of, you know, especially if they're in triplet form, then they start really sounding like, you know, or if you do combos, like if these 2 measures right here are your, you know, your 4/4 measure combo. I mean, this becomes a amazing, awesome chop right here. So stuff like that this is a great exercise, man. I use this so much. It's like this, I don't know why something so simple just like completely blew my mind and opened the floodgates, where I'm like, there's so many possibilities here. And it's just different permutations of, you know, kick drum variations. I love stuff like that, you know, and then I never used to think about, you know, opening it up and playing different subdivisions, or playing, you know, combining a couple. When you start getting into combos of these, I'm going to do number 13 and number 15 together as one drum fill. You spend hours doing that stuff, man. It's insane. Right. It's really cool. So yeah, man, I love it. Love it when you guys, you know, contribute by sharing your warm-ups, workouts, ideas. It's freaking dope. So
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I might try to write a triplet version of this. That would be cool.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, man. Like doing different as many permutations of kick drum variations, like a linear thing. You know, that was like, that's the next step. You know,
right?
Try it. So you can do. I mean, you can have so much fun with the eighth note triplet version of that. You know, and then a 16th note triplet. Think about all those possibilities, and then sticking, and then orchestrations, and God. Now I'm getting overwhelmed.
Justin hand wrote those, right?
What's that?
You're starting to sound like me and Justin now.
Yeah.
We've infected your mind.
That's just the drummer mind, you know? It's like, that's how we all think. What were you saying, Brian?
Justin hand wrote those and sent them to you, and then you converted them into...
Yeah, so I basically took like what you did, Justin, and then I had to write something for my students.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, okay, I get what you're doing. And then, so it's not exactly like what you were writing, I mean, I think some of them are different, but yeah, I still have the handwritten one too. It's still,
conceptually, it's the same. I was trying to write stuff I think we discussed this before, maybe, or you might have been talking about it, like what program you use to write music in your computer.
Yeah.
Or your iPad.
I either use MuseScore on my computer. That has a learning curve. It's kind of, you have to like learn how to use it. But once you learn it, it's awesome. There's way more possibilities, and you can write stuff way more correct than a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like about MuseScore is you can change the colors. You can export it as a PNG, so there's no background. So if you want to put cool backgrounds behind your sheet music or whatever for your school or whatever.
Okay.
So that's MuseScore, and then I use iWriteMusic for my iPad, and that's a little bit more limited, but it's quick. So you can just like kind of click and drag your notes in there.
Okay.
And you can pick whichever ones you want. So
because I have some stuff that I wanted to share with you, and I was like, should I just handwrite it and send you a picture, or try to take it's like take the time to actually do it, learn MuseScore, or find a drum program that's like suited for writing drum music.
Yeah, it's up to you, man. Like you don't even, if you don't have the time to do that or whatever, just, maybe type it, explain, or just let me know, and then I'll try to find the time to write it. Like that's what Nat did. Like, hey, you can take this simple exercise and do that, and blah blah blah. And then Dave, one of the other guys that comes in, actually sent me like a PDF of sheet music.
Cool.
And so as long as my disclaimer is, within reason. If we're doing like, hybrid rudiments and we're doing all this crazy stuff where it's like a lot of the guys, in the room, including myself, can't really do, it's like, that's when I'm like, I mean, this is a little bit too much this is a different workout, for a different situation. This is like a lesson for me and for everyone else. So, but other than that, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be, beginner stuff. It can be some stuff that we can chew on this morning,
I was messing around with kind of simple stuff with, like sort of like what we're doing, just different, like paradiddles as triples, paradiddles as triplets, moving accents around.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys, I can never remember what we talked about or what I thought about, like it's kind of like the dream world versus the real world. But I started messing with my breathing while I'm playing, and I don't know if anybody else does that.
I like that. That's cool.
And like trying to breathe in quarter notes or whole notes while I'm doing rudiments. It was it was wacky, dude. Because like
that's adding a whole nother element. I like that. That's cool.
I had, I'm not good at it yet because I just started doing it, but I had to go super simple, like, just doing like slow paradiddles and trying to breathe on the half note, or like, it started because my friend got into breathing in and out of it through his nose, which I always thought breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And he's like, no, I don't know, he read a book or whatever, something. And he's like, no, it's just all like when he goes running, he just breathes in and out through his nose. And it was hard at first. And then he, got used to it, whatever. So I started trying it. And then I'm like, how can I make this a rhythmic thing?
That's cool.
That is.
So then I was like, how do you write that as drum music? Like your breathing is like above it all or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you could put it above it as like if you wanted to make it a long note, then you draw it a long line. If you wanted to make it short, like a 16th, make it a dot.
Right.
Mhm.
Or you would make it the length of 2 16th notes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? For your timeline, for your timing on it. So if you wanted it to be a quarter note, you could do, if you have 16th notes on the page, then you would draw it all the way across the 4 16th notes. But if you just got quarter notes on the page, then you would be a short line above the quarter note.
Right.
You
And
can
then-
do it,
I'm sensing
draw it out according to your notation, so people would understand. That could be a cool concept.
you're
Yeah.
I'm sensing like a whole method here, man. You can write the book on this.
Breathing while drumming.
Yeah.
There's something called box breathing that works on a subdivision of 4. So it's inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And when I learned it, I was like, holy shit, this is like drumming breathing. You know, and
Well,
I
I was
4 variations of this thing.
But that's one of the concepts they talk about is you're breathing while you're drumming. A lot of drummers don't realize that their breathing changes when they're playing. They
Right.
hold their breath. Normally, the rule of thought is most drummers hold their breath when they're playing a fill, but they're breathing while they're playing the groove.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah,
thing is, you want to be breathing through the fill and through the groove, not
Right.
holding, because if you hold your breath, you have a tendency to rush or this or that or whatever
Right.
your tendencies are.
right. I was thinking about Jason because I remember talking about a breathing technique like a month ago or something.
Yeah, he was.
And it's interesting because breathing is an easy thing to neglect.
Yeah, man. I think about athletes like motocross. We're always talking about that. Like, man, if that's the biggest thing those guys have to think about.
It's always on the pit board.
Right. Remember to breathe. And if they hold their breath, man, it's like they'll burn out really quick. And especially during a solo, man, it's like that's a big part of what we have to do. That's a really interesting concept, man. I like that.
Well, also, when you hold your breath, you're sending your body into anaerobic exertion as opposed to aerobic exertion, which you can only sustain for a very short period of time. And when you fall back out of anaerobic state, your body immediately begins a buildup of lactic acid. So on a really small level, you're actually impairing your ability to play because that lactic acid interferes with the nervous system. So this is all like fractional, but if you work out really hard and the next day you're all sore, that's that lactic acid buildup in your muscles.
Right.
But it even affects performance while it's going on. Like hockey players, I talked to a bunch of hockey players once and they were like all crazy about VO2 max and aerobic versus anaerobic and all this crap, but it really does apply to drumming. And that's what breathing does, is it helps you stay in an ideal heart zone, which is ironically between 90 and 120 beats per minute. How funny is that?
So that is something that is very the fact that you said that is something that is noteworthy because as drummers we concentrate, and every teacher concentrates on your technique, how hard you're gripping your drums or your sticks, and then sitting up straight. You hear every drummer talking about your grip and properly playing and all that stuff. But no one really takes into account that. Like, I've cramped up before on long gigs. And then that's the first thing I think is, man, I got to breathe. But it also has to do with your salt, how much salt you have. Like and I'm talking like proper salt, like sea salt or pink Himalayan salt.
And tell your body to relax.
And telling your body to relax. It's a mental thing, but then it's also a lot of technique. So the breathing aspect of that is pretty profound, man. It's really
and if you can combine the breathing, and this is actually like an anti-anxiety attack technique, and it's also to help distract your mind from the anxiety and give it something else to focus on, but you do the breathing with something called paired muscle relaxation, which is really hard but freaking amazing. And I never thought about doing it like for a gig since I don't gig, but go look it up. It's called paired muscle relaxation. You like literally start, it's either like at your head or at your toes. Like the toe is easier, the head's really weird. But like you literally go, okay, I feel my pinky toes. I am gonna squeeze both my pinky toes as hard as I can for a count of 3. 3, 2, 1, release, next toe. And like if you got to go toe by toe, go toe by toe. And then you just literally work your way up your body or down your body, and it slows yourself down. And if you combine it with the breathing, when you're done, it's like freaking amazing. I mean, it's one of the great, it's hard though. It's like a skill. You got to kind of practice at it. But if you can get used to it, it's amazing.
Very interesting.
Yeah, breathing in, sorry, I was gonna say breathing in 16th notes was like a challenge because
like in out, or like you have to breathe in every 16th notes.
In out, like kind of right left, like your ins or right. With your, because you never really breathe like that normally. Like it's so awkward, but like you can do it. It's just like training yourself to breathe rhythmically or whatever.
Breathing like in every aspect of like different things, breathing, it like every like athlete is so concerned with their breathing. And then like there's so many things like my buddy was talking about cold shock therapy, like jumping in cold water or whatever, taking a cold shower.
Ice bath.
And like that's one of the things. If you concentrate on your breathing, it's like your body doesn't even, it starts with that, your body doesn't even really feel cold. And it's like, but why don't we as drummers focus on that? That's.
I just put something in the chat. It's called the Wim Hof method. It's like intermediate to advanced. You can't like necessarily just jump right into it, but if you can get there, it's freaking amazing. It's like I can do it a little, but people who are really good at it, it's incredible, like what it does for your mental focus and calm.
Nice. Justin, who is the drummer that you were talking about that does the thing?
Eric Imprada, ARIC. I put up a YouTube video. He does this thing called attention deficit drumming, and it's just him like splicing a bunch of crazy videos together while he's drumming. It's great. It's really funny.
AR. Oh, here, I'm gonna just look it up here in the chat. Anybody else want to?
All right, fellas, I have to look.
Me too. All right, guys. Well, very cool today, and yeah, stoked everybody could make it. Stoked for everybody sharing, and yeah, man, thank you guys. We'll keep it going on Wednesday.
Cool.
Good.
All right, guys.
That was fun, everybody. Thanks.
Have a great week.
Too.
Thanks for the shirt, Corey.
Oh yeah, cool, man. I'm glad you got it.
Thank you.
All right, cool.